The Las Vegas Strip is reopening attractions and opening to its full experience.
And we sit down with the man behind the radio team here at UNLV and all that and more coming up. Welcome to Studio G. My name is Quinnell Q. Jones.
And I'm Luis Soto. Thank you for joining us.
A well-known casino in the Valley announced some big plans recently. Reporter Justine Versteege has more.
The Palms Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas plans to open its doors on April 27, just over 2 years after shutting down during the pandemic. Along with other Nevada casinos, the Palms closed down in March 2020 to help mitigate the spread of the coronavirus in the early days of the pandemic. But unlike most in Las Vegas, the casino did not reopen in June 2021. According to the Palms website, stays will begin the following day, April 28. Station Casinos bought the Palms from the Malou family in 2016 for $312.5 million, and then Red Rock Resorts, the parent company of Station Casinos, sold the property to the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians for $650 million in 2021. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Justine Versteege.
The casino says it will celebrate the reopening with a fireworks extravaganza on opening night. The Fremont Street Experience is bringing back a live attraction to downtown Las Vegas. Here's Jacob Taylor with more info.
The Fremont Street Experience is bringing back live shows that are free of cost for the people enjoying the downtown attraction. The concerts will be held on April 23rd to November 19th. Some of the performers include Ex-Ambassadors, Simple Plan, and Stone Temple Pilots. The Chief Executive Officer of Fremont, Andrew Simon, said, in quote, "We are thrilled for the return of the Downtown Rocks free concert series. Fremont Street Experience lends itself to the ideal venue for live entertainment, and this year's lineup is a home run," end quote. There will be more announcements that follow in the coming months, but the lineup stands as of now. Reporting for Studio G, this is Jacob Taylor.
Y'all heard Jacob Taylor. Check out the live performances at Fremont starting on April 23rd.
And with more developments going on during the war, the popular online game Fortnite has officially joined in with their support. Reporter Leigh Calderon has more on the story.
Continuing its support for Ukraine, the game developer company Epic Games has committed all of their Fortnite proceeds from March 20 this past year to now, and they have officially raised $144 million. The fund supports humanitarian relief efforts for the people in Ukraine being affected by the war. The organizations they are supporting include Direct Relief, UNICEF, UN World Food Program, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, and the World Central Kitchen. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Leigh Calderon.
With the help of the Xbox community as well, the funds were raised in just 2 weeks for the Ukrainian humanitarian relief.
Elon Musk becomes Twitter's largest shareholder after buying 9.2% stake. Twitter's stock rose 27%. He will join Twitter's board of directors and says improvements are coming. Studio G reporter Matthew Gwanga has more on the story.
A regulatory filing revealed Elon Musk now has a 9.2% stake in Twitter, causing the stock to sharply rise. The stake is worth about $2.89 billion. The CEO of Twitter, Parag Agrawal, tweeted Tuesday morning, "I'm excited to share that we're appointing Elon Musk to our board." Elon Musk asked in a poll whether folks wanted a feature to edit tweets. The ability to edit tweets have been a long discussion deciding if the company should move forward with that idea. Former CEO and co-founder Jack Dorsey said in 2020 the company would probably never add an edit feature to its service. Now, it looks like it may come to fruition. Some users already have access to this feature by subscribing to Twitter Blue. It gives subscribers a few seconds to correct the tweet before it's sent out on the platform. The company is set to move forward with an ambitious goal and strive for user growth. I'm Matthew Gwanga, reporting for Studio G.
Several board members welcomed Elon Musk with open arms to the company. He will serve as a Class 2 director with his term expiring in 2024 during Twitter's annual meeting of stockholders.
Next up, we have a look at a hospitality professor that not many of us are familiar with. I wonder who that may be.
Hey guys.
Hi.
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 Hi, I'm Dr. Finley Catrone. I am an associate professor in the Hospitality College, which is my real job. I also consult with hospitality industries, so my background is training and development. From a nonprofit perspective, I'm on the board of Dress for Success of Southern Nevada. We support women in clothing, business professional attire. I've done a couple of how to build a resume workshops. We do interview readiness and programming to really support women that are coming out of some pretty tough situations and to get to that place where they're back in control. In the middle of my sophomore year, completely changed my major from pre-law major. I took an acting for non-actors class because I thought I was too shy to do courtroom law, and I really wanted to do courtroom law. So I took an acting class that absolutely changed my life, changed my major, and 2 years later I graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting. I moved to New York City. I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and because it's a rule, I also worked in restaurants. I have my master's in educational psychology from the UNLV Educational Psychology Department. I finished that right as I was transitioning to work for Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts. I was at MGM Resorts International at the time. I went back to get my PhD when my daughter was, I think, 2. Which seems nutty, right? I was working full time and I have a 2-year-old at home. It forced me to get really focused on where am I right now, because that's the moment I've got to be in. When I worked for MGM Resorts, I was consolidating their call center operation when they started really going all in on their diversity programming. And I was recruited to go and be one of their internal trainers for their diversity workshop, which was a really gutsy walk through our own implicit bias. So I spent a lot of time with an incredible group of people who are really focused on inclusion and belonging. And I think we need more advocates who are willing to say, this is me, I want you to be you. And I see incredible talent. And the more confident you are in who you are, the farther you're going to go with that talent. And I see students from across the country and around the globe. They're of every race, color, creed, religion, sexual orientation, and they're all in the same room with the same goals. And they're rock stars and they're smart and they're going to be incredible in their careers. That gives me hope. So being a part of that feeds my soul. Thank you, Studio G, for having me on. This was Finley Catrone.
What a great look into Finley Catrone. I wonder who we will have up next on Who Is. After the break, we will have your weather forecast with Studio G. We'll be right back.
If you're a parent, you've done it all this past year. But the one thing you may not have done is take care of yourself. At Boys Town, we know that a parent's mental health is important too. Visit boystown.org/stressedout for great self-care tips for parents. You can even download an ebook to guide you and your family through self-care strategies. Because healthy parents are key to happy families.
Welcome back and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kyra White and I will have your weather forecast for the day. So today's high right now is 81 with a wind speed of 18 miles per hour. It's very windy, very strong winds today. For the valley temperatures, we have Las Vegas at 63, Boulder City is a little colder, 66, and Anthem 66. Summerlin is also 66 right now. So right now we have very clear skies, not a cloud in the sky. It is sunny. It's also very cool with the winds, like I said earlier, very strong winds. I was just out there, hair was blown everywhere, so make sure you have a hair tie or something on your way to class. So this evening is looking really nice, actually. We got it in the 70s at 3 p.m., 77 at 6 p.m. Then it's going to drop down to 69, 63. Very nice night, though. Very nice. So for tomorrow, the sunrise is going to be 6:18 a.m. if you want to wake up and watch that beautiful sunrise. I personally won't be up that early, but I hear it's a great way to start the day. So for the 7-day forecast, it's going to be in the 80s earlier on this week. We got 91 going into Friday and going into the 90s this weekend. And next week, it is going to drop with 79 and 68. Okay, so after the break, we have a sit-down with interview the president of the Rebel HD2.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
Third line, please.
DEPRESSION.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own.
Anxiety. I thought so.
Like many health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. And the sooner you seek treatment, the better.
Look at that. 6,000 steps and PTSD.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes, you know, from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Welcome back for the ones that stay tuned in. We got the man behind the scenes in the flesh for an interview, Ray Fletcher, president of the Rebel HD2. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm all right. You know, I'm just chilling. You know, obviously we've met a while ago. Nobody really knows the story. You ran into the hallways, but I wanted to know, can you explain what exactly you do for UNLV for us?
Yeah, so I'm the president of KUNV, the Rebel HD2. Okay. It's the student-run station on campus. It's the only college radio station in the state of Nevada. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm training the next future generation of broadcasters, everybody who comes through our program. I train them on how to be on air, and then I kind of just organize everything behind the radio station, whether it be events, promotions, marketing, anything like that. That's what I'm taking care of.
Okay. Well, you know, we had RedFest last week, and it was the first one since 2019. How did it feel to bring it back, and how did it compare to the other ones in recent years?
It felt phenomenal to bring it back. I mean, to be honest, I haven't been to a RedFest before this one. The last one we had, like you said, 2019. 2020, we had one planned out. Now that was going to be my first one. Obviously, the pandemic didn't allow that to happen, so that got shut down, and we weren't reopened in 2021, so we weren't able to do it. So being able to throw this event after 2 years of living in this virtual world was pretty incredible. And the turnout, you can see that the students and the community, the Las Vegas community, all came out, and it was a good time.
Okay, all right. I thought so too. Did you have any favorite acts or anyone that may have surprised you?
You know, Mikey P, Dre R, and Maddie Mac was definitely the surprise of the night.
Okay.
It was a little different than all the other acts that were out there, and they came to entertain, and they did a great job. That kid Maddie Mac, man, he's something special. The guy's a one-man band. He's playing the guitar, he's doing the trumpet, he's singing. It's incredible. But my favorite of the night was definitely Guap 4000. The headliner we had he was off the hook, and he brought a little kid out. The kid got the crowd hyped. It was an incredible time with Guap Dad.
He did his thing. He definitely did his thing. For me, I actually liked Kyra. He brought that
sure
West Coast sound, that West Coast feel. So I really loved it. I wanted to know if is there anything you were looking forward to, or anything in the works you may have, you know, like an event, or, you know, like the promotions you were saying.
Yeah, we've got a ton coming up. I mean, we with the success of RevFest, we're looking to plan more music festivals. Ideally, we'd like to have one every semester, one in the fall, one in the spring. So that's in the works. We're also working on a college night around here on near campus, like at a bar, but we're going to be able to do a 18 and up college night. So that's something we're working on.
Okay.
Stay tuned, because that could be coming up quick.
Okay. I think so too. I definitely think so. Stay tuned for as we have your Hollywood headlines after this break.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
Third line, please.
DEPRESSION.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own.
Anxiety. I thought so.
Like many health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. And the sooner you seek treatment, the better.
Look at that. 6,000 steps and PTSD.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Today is National Student Athlete Day, started by the National Consortium for Athletics and Sports. The day is to celebrate athletes who excel in the games and in the classroom. And we would like to give a shout out to all our UNLV athletes. Go Rebels! One in particular I like to shout out is my main man, Bryson Stott, 2019 first round pick for the Phillies, a UNLV baseball alumni who's doing his thing out there in Philadelphia. I see you still repping red out there too. I guess some things never change.
What? Do you know him or something?
We had some classes together and hung out a lot. You know, that was my guy in college. We still kind of talk now.
Oh wow, you go out for drinks or something?
Nah, I was just playing. Nah, I was just playing.
Well, that's actually pretty cool though, knowing a professional athlete.
Nah, not me though. But he's set to make the opening day roster for the Phillies. No Phillies first round pick has ever made their major league debut on opening day. So keep doing your thing out there, Bryson.
Adidas is getting in on the college athlete endorsement game in a big way. The company announced it was creating a program for up to 50,000 college athletes to become paid endorsers for the brand, making Adidas the first major sports brand to create a program for paying college athletes. This coming after the Supreme Court's decision last year that opened the door for college athletes to make money. No word on how much the athlete will be paid, but the program will be open to athletes at 109 Division I schools.
The UNLV football team are now on their second week of spring training. Here's Jacob Teller with an update.
Spring ball has officially kicked off at the Fertitta Football Complex, and there are tons of developments surrounding the young UNLV Rebels. With a full quarterback room starring Freshman of the Year Cameron Friel, Doug Brumfield, and a transfer from Tennessee, Harrison Bailey, each quarterback has had their ups and downs during practice, but the newcomer Harrison Bailey is turning heads with his poise in the pocket and precise passes. As for the wide receivers, we're seeing some familiar faces make plays on the gridiron, such as Kyle Williams, yet another Freshman of the Year on the roster. On the other side of the ball, the defense is bonding together and making major strides. Bryce Jackson and Noah Williams have been holding it down for the secondary, and the senior presence of Naki Fahina on the defensive line has brought the guys together. The Rebels are a long ways away from the regular season, but things are falling into place this spring. This is Jacob Teller, reporting for Studio G.
With the rest of April still left for training, the Rebels have plenty of time to build chemistry.
The long-anticipated Marvel film Multiverse of Madness is coming to theaters May 6th. The movie is the next installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and stars Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, and Marvel Studios has announced a new poster for the film, and tickets are now for pre-sale.
Can't wait for that. Fans of Selena can head back to the theaters to see the pivotal movie that celebrates the singer's life. Selena is returning to theaters for its 25th anniversary. The film stars Jennifer Lopez as the 23-year-old Tejano music star and shares the story of her rise to fame and her tragic murder in 1995. The film will be re-released on April 7th in theaters nationwide. Another film hitting the big screen this weekend, Michael Bay's new action film Ambulance releases this Friday in theaters. There were many challenges when filming this film and its tight spacing. Here's more.
You want to drive or can I drive?
A heist gone wrong leads to a citywide chase in Michael Bay's Ambulance.
Bank robbery suspects have taken an ambulance.
I got a cop shot. Gotta get him to the hospital.
We doing hostages now?
Made during the pandemic, Ambulance required filming inside the moving vehicle.
This movie was just like all hands on deck. We're gonna use what we got, who we got. We're gonna be safe, but that meant that I was gonna be doing a lot of the driving. We are trying to save you.
1, 2.
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Baker are married. Multiple resources report Kardashian and the Blink-182 drummer tied the knot in Vegas after the Grammys. According to the owner of One Love Wedding Chapel, the private ceremony took place at 1:45 in the morning on Monday and was officiated by an Elvis Presley impersonator. Baker proposed to Kardashian on a California beach in October. This is Kardashian's first wedding for Baker, and this is his third marriage.
Kanye West announced that he was removing himself from the Coachella lineup. Fans were upset about the announcement and wondering who will be replacing the rapper this morning. Coachella announced on Twitter Swedish House Mafia and The Weeknd will be replacing West as the Sunday headliner. The Weeknd will be bringing his After Hours Dawn tour in August to Allegiant Stadium, and the Swedish House music group is set to perform in September at the T-Mobile Arena.
Ed Sheeran has won a high-profile copyright case over his 2017 hit song, Shape of You. The verdict came down today in a London High Court. The judge ruled that Sheeran did not copy grime artist Sammy Switch's song, Oh Why. The judge said Sheeran did not deliberately or subconsciously copy elements of the song. I honestly kind of find what's the right word? I guess inappropriate that people assume that their songs get stolen. I feel like at the end of the day, there's only so much rips people can think of that some things are bound to sound similar, but there doesn't mean that like they steal stuff.
I mean, I definitely feel that. Are you excited to see anybody maybe for Coachella?
I honestly haven't seen the lineup. I want to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert that's away in August.
Okay. Well, I was actually looking forward to seeing Ye, so that kind of sucks that he ain't gonna be there. But I mean, I think The Weeknd's gonna do his thing. I didn't listen to his last album yet, but I heard a lot of good stuff about it.
All right. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching. I'm Luis Soto.
And I'm Quinnell Q. Jones. Be sure to watch us live on Thursday at noon for more Studio G.